You are currently bleeding to death financially, and you do not even feel the pain, because the weapon being used against you is invisible to the human eye. Imagine walking up to a total stranger on the street, opening your wallet, and handing them a solid gold bar worth $2,000 simply because you felt a little bit thirsty and wanted a cup of coffee. You would be institutionalized for insanity, yet this is exactly what you are doing every single day. In this video, we are going to expose the most terrifying mathematical equation in history, an equation that proves how a single dollar bill wasted in your 20s is not just a dollar gone, but an act of theft against your future self, involving 88 times that amount. By the time we finish, you will never look at a menu, a price tag, or your bank account the same way again because you are about to learn how to stop being the victim of your own ignorance and start becoming the master of the multiplier. My name is William, and I decode the psychology of money to help you escape the rat race. If you are ready to stop acting like a financial child and start building an empire, do me a favor and click the like button right now and make sure you are subscribed because the algorithm does not want you to know the secrets I am about to share. Let us begin by deconstructing the life of a character we will call Alex. Alex is 22 years old. He just graduated from college and he landed his first real job earning $55,000 a year. Alex feels rich. For the first time in his life, he has disposable income, so he decides to celebrate. He walks into a high-end coffee shop every morning on his way to work. The coffee costs $5. To Alex, $5 is nothing. It is a rounding error. It is pocket change. He swipes his card and does not think about it for a single second. But here is the problem. Alex is looking at the world through linear math, but wealth is built on exponential math. Let us freeze time right there at the cash register. That $5 bill Alex just handed over is not $5. If Alex had instead invested that $5 into a low-cost index fund tracking the S&P 500 and let it sit there compounding at an average annual return of 10% until he retired at age 65, that $5 would have grown into something massive. The Money Guy financial system calls this the wealth multiplier. For a 20-year-old, the multiplier is 88. That means every $1 you invest in your 20s has the potential to turn into $88 by the time you retire. So let us go back to Alex. He did not spend $5 on coffee. He spent $5 multiplied by 88. That cup of coffee just cost his future self $440. Now you might be rolling your eyes and thinking, okay, William, that is just theoretical math. I cannot drink compound interest. And you are right, you cannot drink compound interest, but you can eat dog food when you are 80 years old because you are broke. The reality is brutal. If Alex buys that coffee every single workday for a year, that is roughly 260 coffees. 260 times $5 is $1,300 spent in a year. That does not seem too bad for a yearly treat, right? Wrong. Apply the multiplier. $1,300 times 88 is $114,400. Alex just drank the down payment on a house. Alex just drank a luxury car. He pissed away over $100,000 of his retirement in a single year of caffeine addiction, and he did not even realize it. This is the tragedy of the 20-something brain. Human beings are evolved to survive the present moment, not to plan for a future 4 decades away. Our brains are wired for immediate gratification. When you see a shiny new pair of sneakers or the latest iPhone, your brain releases dopamine. You feel good now. But financial success requires you to fight your own biology. It requires you to vividly hallucinate your future self. Imagine a 65-year-old version of you. They are tired, their back hurts, they are done working, they want to rest, they want to travel, they want to buy gifts for their grandchildren. But they cannot because 20-year-old you was too busy buying drinks at the club to send them any money. Let us escalate the stakes because coffee is just the tip of the iceberg. Let us talk about cars. The average car payment in America is hovering around $700 a month. This is financial suicide. Let us say Alex decides he deserves a new car. He signs a lease or a loan for $500 a month. He thinks he can afford it because his paycheck covers it. But let us run the numbers through the lens of the multiplier. $500 a month is $6,000 a year. Multiply $6,000 by 88. That is $528,000. $500,000. Alex is driving a vehicle that is effectively costing his future self $500,000 for every year he drives it. Over a 5-year loan term, that is millions of dollars of potential wealth obliterated just so he can have heated seats and a sunroof. The math implies a heavy responsibility. Every time you open your wallet in your 20s, you are at a crossroads. One path leads to poverty, and the other leads to freedom. The problem is that the path to poverty looks like fun, and the path to freedom looks boring. Saving money is boring. Investing is boring. Watching a number on a screen go up slowly over 40 years is incredibly boring. But do you know what is not boring? Freedom. Waking up at 10 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday and doing whatever you want because your assets pay for your lifestyle. That is the destination, and the toll to get on that road is paid in your 20s. Now I know what the critics are going to say. They will say, "William, you are telling me to live like a monk. You are telling me never to buy coffee, never to go out, never to have fun. You are telling me to be miserable for 40 years just so I can be rich when I am too old to enjoy it." And that is a valid objection, but it is also completely wrong. I am not telling you to be a miser. I am telling you to be a conscious spender. I am telling you to understand the trade-offs. Ramit Sethi talks about your rich life. Your rich life might involve lattes. If coffee is the thing that brings you immense joy, then buy the coffee, but you must be merciless about cutting costs on the things that do not matter to you. You cannot have it all. You cannot have the luxury car and the designer clothes and the expensive apartment and the daily takeout and still expect to build wealth, unless you have an exceptionally high income. Most people have average incomes and average spending habits, which leads to below average results. To win, you have to be different. You have to view your dollars as soldiers. This is a concept from Kevin O'Leary, but it applies perfectly here. Every dollar in your pocket is a soldier. You can send that soldier out to die on the battlefield of consumerism. You can trade that soldier for a hamburger, and that soldier is gone forever. Or you can recruit that soldier into your army. You can invest it, and when you invest it, that soldier stays with you. And not only does it stay with you, it starts working for you. It captures enemy soldiers. It earns interest. It earns dividends. And those new soldiers start working for you too. Eventually, your army becomes so big that their labor pays for your entire life. But in your 20s, your army is small. You cannot afford to lose a single soldier. Losing one soldier now is like losing an entire battalion later. Let us look at the math of the multiplier as you age, because this creates a sense of urgency that should terrify you. At age 20, the multiplier is 88. By age 25, assuming the same 10% return, the multiplier drops to around 44. In just 5 years, the power of your money has been cut in half. By age 30, it drops again to around 23. By age 40, it is only 7. Do you see what is happening? The window of opportunity is closing. Every single day you wait to start investing, the heavy lifting gets harder. If you invest $1 at 20, it does the work of $88. If you wait until you are 40, you have to invest nearly $13 to get the same result as that $1 invested at 20. You are making your life 13 times harder by waiting. You are choosing to play the game of life on hard mode. Why would you do that to yourself? Why would you choose to carry a boulder up a mountain when you could have just pushed a pebble down a hill? Let us go deeper into the psychology of why we fail to grasp this. It is called hyperbolic discounting. This is a cognitive bias where people choose smaller immediate rewards rather than larger later rewards. We are wired to value the present much more than the future. If I offered you $100 today or $110 in a month, most of you would take the $100 today. But if I offered you $100 in a year or $110 in 1 year and 1 month, most of you would wait the extra month for the extra $10. The time gap is the same, but because the reward is immediate in the first scenario, our logic shuts down. Marketing agencies know this. They spend billions of dollars to hack your dopamine receptors. They make spending money the easiest thing in the world. Apple Pay, one-click ordering on Amazon, subscription models that drain your account quietly in the background. The entire world is engineered to separate you from your wealth. They want you to be Alex. They want you to be the guy who hands over the gold bar for a cup of coffee. They want you to be the guy who finances a car he does not need to impress people he does not like. Because when you are broke, you are obedient. When you are living paycheck to paycheck, you have to show up to work. You have to keep the wheel turning. But you are here watching this video, which means you are waking up. You are realizing that there is a glitch in the matrix. You are realizing that the specific math of the multiplier is your exit ticket. So how do we apply this practically? How do we stop the bleeding without making life miserable? First, you need to audit your life. Look at your last 3 months of bank statements. I want you to print them out. Take a red pen and circle every single purchase that did not bring you lasting value. That subscription you forgot about, that gym membership you never use, those impulse buys at the gas station, add them up. You will be shocked. For most people, this adds up to hundreds of dollars a month. That is your seed capital. That is the beginning of your army. Second, you need to automate your investments. Willpower is a finite resource. You cannot rely on willpower to save money. You will fail. You need to set up a system where money is pulled from your checking account and sent to your investment account automatically the day you get paid. If you do not see it, you cannot spend it. Treat your investments like a tax. The government takes their cut before you even see your paycheck, right? Well, you need to tax yourself for your future freedom. Pay yourself first. Even if it is just $50 a month, get the habit started. Third, you need to understand the rule of 72. This is a mental math shortcut to estimate how long it takes for your money to double. You divide 72 by your annual interest rate. If you get a 10% return, 72 divided by 10 is 7.2. Your money doubles every 7.2 years. This is magic. If you invest $10,000 at 22, it becomes $20,000 at 29, $40,000 at 36, $80,000 at 43, $160,000 at 50, $320,000 at 57, $640,000 at 64. That is the power of doing nothing. That is the power of letting time do the heavy lifting. All you had to do was sacrifice $10,000 once, and time turned it into over $500,000. Now imagine if you kept adding to it. Imagine if you kept feeding the beast. This is how normal people become millionaires. They are not winning the lottery. They are not founding the next Facebook. They are simply respecting the math. They are respecting the multiplier. Let us revisit the thumbnail of this video. The 20-year-old handing a crumpled dollar bill to a demonic barista while the 65-year-old version of him is being robbed of a sack of gold. That image is not an exaggeration. It is a literal representation of opportunity cost. Every decision has a cost. When you say yes to the meaningless purchase today, you are screaming no to a wealthy future. You are stealing from the old man or old woman you will one day become. You are looking them in the eye and saying, I do not care about you. I care about this coffee right now. I care about looking cool in this car right now. I care about this night out right now. And that is a selfish way to live. You have a responsibility to your future self. You have to be the guardian of your own potential. The society we live in celebrates consumption. It celebrates the spenders. It puts them on magazine covers. But the real winners are the ones you do not see. The real winners are the ones driving a 5-year-old Toyota while their investment accounts are compounding in the background. The real winners are the ones who understand that status is a trap. Status is a game where the only way to win is not to play. If you are in your 20s or even your 30s, you are sitting on a gold mine. The gold mine is not your salary. It is not your side hustle. The gold mine is your time. Time is the most precious asset in the investing world. Warren Buffett is worth over $100 billion. But almost all of that wealth came after his 50th birthday. If he had started investing at 30 instead of 11, he would not be a billionaire today. He would be just another rich old guy. The variable that made him the greatest of all time was time. You have that variable. You have the one thing that billionaires would trade all their money for. You have youth. Do not waste it. Do not let your 20s be a blur of consumption and regret. Let your 20s be the foundation of your empire. Let this be the decade where you plant the seeds that will feed you for the rest of your life. It starts with $1. It starts with one decision. It starts with looking at that coffee and saying, not today. Today I am buying freedom. Today I am buying options. Today I am sending a soldier to the front lines to fight for my future. I want you to take a moment and visualize where you want to be in 20 years. Do you want to be stressed? Do you want to be worried about bills? Do you want to be forced to work a job you hate because you have debt to pay? Or do you want to be secure? Do you want to be able to help your family? Do you want to be able to pursue your passions without asking anyone for permission? The difference between those two futures is the decisions you make right now. It is the specific math of the 88 times multiplier. Remember, the pain of discipline weighs ounces, but the pain of regret weighs tons. The pain of skipping a luxury today is nothing compared to the pain of looking back at 65 and realizing you blew millions of dollars on junk that is now in a landfill. We have deconstructed the math. We have exposed the psychological traps. We have shown you the path. The rest is up to you. You can click off this video and go back to sleep. You can go back to spending money you do not have to buy things you do not need. Or you can wake up. You can take control. You can become the anomaly. If this video gave you a wake-up call, if it made you angry, if it made you think, then I have done my job. But your job is just beginning. If you want to continue this education, if you want to arm yourself with the knowledge to navigate the financial minefield, you need to join this community. Click that subscribe button right now. Turn on notifications. Do not let the algorithm decide your future. Take control of your feed, just like you are going to take control of your finances. My name is William, and this is where we master the game of money. Check out the video appearing on your screen right now to learn more about the traps that are keeping you poor. I will see you there. Class dismissed.